Welcome back to Wise Men Company, everyone. Ben here, and today we're going to be doing a tabletop perspective on the Vertx Runners Clutch Belt. This is a different variation from the original clutch belt from Unity. I have a review on that. The original clutch belt is basically almost like a spandex battle belt or belly band that goes around your midsection, velcros, keeps everything very tight to you. The runner's clutch belt, like we see here today, is a little bit more minimalist, skeletonized, if you will. You can get these on Vertx website. Vertx did send me this one for demo, and thank you to them for sending me this. It has been a pleasant experience reviewing this. I run a lot. I'm a big runner. For those of you who don't know, I usually run 10 to 12 miles a week, and this, since I've gotten it, has gone with me for every trip. It is a welcomed addition. We'll talk about the details of it right now. What is its main role, though? I just told you my main role. I use it for working out or running. That is one role. But it's more of a non-permissive environment type rig. That would be the broad spectrum, broad umbrella designation for a role for this piece of gear. It could be used as a grab and go, stick it in a bag, load it up with some medical. It could be used for just bumming around. Maybe you don't have a belt on, maybe you have a bathing suit on or some sweatpants and you're just bumming around and you still want to carry some important items on you, some self-defense, some medical. This would fit the bill for those types of situations. The runner's clutch belt has 3 different cells, 2 big ones, 1 small one here in the center. This is a kind of spandex stretchy material, gives a lot, which is nice. It's comfortable, it's soft. Outside is made of Hypalon. Hypalon is a very durable, rubbery type material. You'll see some laser cutting in this material. This is so you can molly stuff or strap stuff to this belt, and it just gives you some, a little bit more real estate if you want to add stuff to, if the 3 cells aren't going to cut it and you want to add stuff to it. As you can see, I have nothing on here right now, but I did try a knife on the outside and I think a mag pouch, and it worked fine. It's just not what I needed. So again, 3 cells, Hypalon, that's your real estate. On the front. On the back, we have some more Hypalon. Laser cut slots so you can molly stuff into the back of this runner's clutch belt. As you can see, I have a Milmac blade here that I kind of stuck through the slot, and the belt clip hooks onto it, so I can pull a knife if I need to. It works nicely in there, right up flat against my body, just like if it was in my belt line or waistline, and it disappears underneath a t-shirt. But back to the molly, you could put anything back here. If you run a holster in a cell, this would be an attachment point so you're not ripping the whole holster out of the cell when you go to draw. You could molly another tourniquet back here, all sorts of options. Point is, they put Hypalon back here with laser cut slots so you can add attachments. Concealing this belt was actually pretty easy. The majority of the time I was wearing running shorts and a baggy t-shirt, and it disappeared underneath for the most part. Also keep in mind, when you're running around moving, no one's really staring your belt line down trying to see if you're carrying anything. Now, if you're in a non-permissive environment, you're law enforcement, military, something like that, and you're not moving around, you're just kind of stationary, there's obviously ways that you could print with this on and maybe draw some attention, but for the most part, it conceals pretty darn good. And I have this packed to the gills. This is more stuff in here than is probably recommended, and we'll get into the stuff in a little bit. But there's a lot of stuff in here. It's thick, and it still conceals pretty darn good. The 3 pouches stretch a lot, so you can stick a variety of things in here. Thick things, thin things. They come with Velcro strips, so if you want to run a holster or a sheath, you can stick some Velcro on it, and that way it'll stick inside the cell again, because so you're not, when you go to pull a knife, when you go to pull a gun, everything's not being ripped out of the hole clutch belt. The Velcro holds it in place, which is nice that they actually give you the strips with the belt. Along with being concealable, this is actually really comfortable. Thought this was going to rub me raw a little bit, but it was very, very comfortable. I made sure I cinched it down pretty darn tight, so there wasn't a lot of movement between the clutch belt and my body. And as long as I had it down tight, it rode nicely and was very comfortable. I usually run 3 to 5 miles at a time. I would imagine that'd be enough time to figure out if this thing is going to be uncomfortable or find some hot spots pretty quickly. And for the most part, it's very comfortable. This is, again, a stretchy, like a spandex material, so it's soft. The backside, the Hypalon that's against your body or your shorts is comfortable. It does get a little stinky. If you sweat a lot and wear this around a lot, you will have to wash it because it is soaking up all that sweat. But comfort-wise, it was pretty nice. It uses like a 1.5-inch strap that goes around your back and a G-hook that just slides in like that. Simple, to the point. It's not going anywhere. And plenty of adjustment in this belt as well. So comfort and fit, pretty darn good. I like it a lot. All right, let's get to the details of the loadout. I know that's what you all want to see, and I messed around with a bunch of different combinations. This is probably not a traditional loadout. If you go to Vertx's website, you'll see some guys carrying a gun, tourniquet, spare mag, which you totally can do. I'll get into why I didn't carry a gun, and that is because it just didn't fit well in there for me. Like I have dots on all my handguns, and running a Glock with a dot on it was just kind of awkward. Like it bumped into stuff, like it would bump into the middle cell, or it would just, it wouldn't fit in that great. The holsters wouldn't fit in that great. If you're gonna run a, maybe like a very small Glock 43, P365, J-frame revolver, those would probably be the most ideal. The J-frames fit in here really nicely. Maybe a little slow to get to, but you still have a gun on you, which is better than nothing. But as far as a gun goes, I didn't put one in. It just didn't fit well for me, or I couldn't get a holster to work as good as it probably should have. So I went with some other options, and we'll start here in the center cell. This is Fox Mace. And it fits nicely in that center cell. You also, in the center cell, could run a tourniquet if you wanted to. You see a lot of people with tourniquets in this center cell, a cat, or even a soft T if you wanted to. But I chose mace. Moving over, we have a SWAT T tourniquet and a compression bandage or a wrap. These will go a long way. Not so much a tourniquet option. I know it's advertised as that, but it's great as a pressure bandage. It's great on smaller limbs like kids and dogs. You can do a lot with these SWAT Ts. As far as a tourniquet application, though, not ideal. Bandages, you can do a lot of different things with that. Moving over here to the left, we got a soft T tourniquet in here. These are great for putting on other people. Not the best option if you need to put a tourniquet on yourself. I think cats are the best if you need to put a tourniquet on your own limb. But these soft Ts fit in here so good. They disappear. They can fold really nice and flat. So I went with a soft T. And the knife on the back, as we saw earlier, this is a Milmac blade. This gives me a pokey option. Again, it sits flush to my body. Comfort is, I don't even notice it when it's back there. And that would be the loadout I have for when I am running. Other things you could run here, obviously a spare mag in a mag pouch if you're running a blaster inside of one of the cells. You could run a variety of different medical in here. If you got these small chest seals, the minis, those fit in here. Some quick clot, things like that. I know it's only 3 cells, but if you get creative, you can get a good variety of stuff in here, or at least the essentials, so you're not just hanging out to dry if an emergency pops up. So just get creative. I tried a bunch of different stuff in here, different knives. Like I said, I did try guns. Wasn't my thing, or I didn't have a gun small enough or without a red dot. Again, J-frames worked really nicely. But I think if you want some, solid medical in here and a little bit of defensive option while you're working out, this is absolutely capable of doing it and concealing it quite well. Another role I've put this in, not as much as working out or running, but when I go to the beach. I'm wearing a swimsuit. I'll keep this in my backpack, pull it out if I have to take a kid to the bathroom, or I'm going to go to the restaurant to get some boardwalk fries or something like that. I'll just throw this on underneath my t-shirt, over top of my swimsuit. No one sees it, and voila, I have some stuff in a non-permissive environment, and while I'm just bumming around the beach. It does smell a little bit right now. I probably should throw this in the washer. I think it is, yes, it is machine washable. You can bomb that in there. Will this wear out over time? Yeah, everything does. These are going for around 56 bucks off Vertx's website, but there's a lot of coupon codes out there that's going to take some of that price off the top dollar on their website. Guys, let me know if you have any questions about the Unity Runners Clutch Belt from Vertx. I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm going to continue to run with this on. I mean, why not? I don't even notice it when I'm wearing it, and it conceals nicely. Gives me some options if there's an emergency. I like it a lot. Leave me questions down below. If you have any, I'd be happy to answer it. Guys, go to wisemancompany.com. That's the best way to support us. We got a lot of great gear over there. Go over to vertx.com. That's where you can get one of these bad boys. And those guys over at Vertx are making some really cool stuff. Backpacks, different types of clothing, outerwear, all sorts of little accessories. Vertx.com. I appreciate them sending this out to me for T&E. Again, I'm impressed with it. Guys, my name is Ben Brown. We'll see you on the next video.